Weigel Kitchen. This is my first video and I'm a little nervous, but I want to thank BexarPreppers for having the contest for the grain milk, which I'm really excited about. Also, it's gotten me into my favorite place, the kitchen, while getting me out of my comfort zone at the same time. So thanks so much, BexarPreppers, for running this contest. I also want to thank Ken, my handy dandy cameraman, because I don't even have a camera. So today we're going to be making brownie mix and then mixing up a batch of brownies. This brownie mix is shelf stable, so let's dive in. The ingredients start with 9 cups of flour. We have 12.5 cups of granulated sugar. We have 12 ounces by weight of cocoa. Now you'll notice here that there are 2 different colors here. This pail in this bowl here is store-bought cocoa. This is just the stuff you get off the shelf. I am not using the store-bought anymore. In fact, this little bit is all I have left, so this will go right away. The darker cocoa is what I am buying now. I am going directly to my favorite baker, and they are selling this to me by the pound. So that's the smell, even if only this were smell-o-vision, the smell between the two is day and night, and I promise you this is going to give you a much richer product. If you have a source for Dutch cocoa, use it. We also have 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. So let's get started. A couple scoops of the sugar just to get it started. Now just to get it blended in, I'm going to go ahead and put in my baking powder and the salt. I'm going to give that a little bit of a whisk to get it started. Get this all blended evenly. Now this makes a ton of mix, as you can tell, but it's so handy to have on hand for a last-minute dessert, company coming over, or even a gift. I'm going to put in the 12 ounces of cocoa, and this is 12 ounces by weight. Add the rest of the sugar. It's getting close enough for us to go ahead and add the flour. You might want to do just a little bit at a time to get it started. There you go. Brownie mix, ready anytime you need it. So now we're ready to put together the brownies themselves. We're going to start with 2 cups of the brownie mix, which we've already put together. We need 1/4 cup of melted butter. If you don't have butter canned or some shelf stable on hand, you can of course use any kind of vegetable oil or applesauce, always handy. We're going to need 2 eggs. Room temperature is great. We have our own chickens, so we have eggs available all the time, but you can also use an egg replacement if you are vegan, have some kind of allergies, or if you just need something shelf stable. Also, you could use egg powder. If you're using egg powder or egg replacer, just use the directions according to the package. So that's a possibility. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're going to have fun. I like to put chocolate chips in my brownies. I also have a cup of chopped walnuts. If it's the holidays and you really want to switch it up, you can, instead of using the vanilla, use peppermint extract and use some little peppermint sprinkles for the top just to make them pretty. So that's an option too, but today we're going to use the chocolate chips and walnuts because it just makes them ever so much more decadent. And here we go to make them up. I like to start with the oil first. Getting that blended in helps the rest of the ingredients to go together a little bit better, even if it takes a while to get the oil mixed evenly into the powdery mix. And you will know when it is all mixed up when it takes on a much darker tone. The eggs. You can see this is extremely thick. There may be a few minutes where you think it's too dry and you're going to have to add something. If you just keep working those eggs in, it's going to blend in. You want to make sure you use some larger eggs. That's all blended in. You can see that's really, really thick. Now for 1 teaspoon vanilla. Okay, the batter's done. You could stop here if you wanted to, but of course, we don't just want chocolate, we want chocolate. And we're already nuts, so we'll just seal that deal. Good enough to eat. Okay, we have a pre-greased 8x8 baking pan. All right, we are now 30 minutes away from love. Putting this into a preheated 350 oven, and we'll wait for 30 minutes. They're done. And let them cool for a few minutes before cutting. Put powdered sugar on if you want to. So here's some of the brownies. This is easy to throw 2 cups into a jar to give as a last-minute gift. Easy to keep in the pantry. So, milk, chocolate. Thanks again to BexarPrepper for the contest. And the baking powder that I used was a recipe that I learned for Cat's Cradle. I will link the video for that at the bottom. I'll also link to the original recipe for this brownie mix. I've made a few changes myself, but I did get it from food.com, so I'll put that link on there as well. Thanks so much. Brownie out.